Hello everyone and welcome to the MES tool release highlights of summer 2025. My name is 𝗙𝗺 and today I'd like to show you what's new in the MES model and refactor tool. We just released the new version 5.3 of MES MoRe. This new version improves the auto layout feature to lay out your models with even higher quality results. So first, we've made it easier to understand the data flow of your models by improving the routing of signal lines with multiple branches. Second, we made the block order more comprehensible by arranging independent subsystem parts by port block numbers. And third, we improved the visual structure of subsystems by separating source and sink blocks more clearly from other blocks. So now let me switch to Simulink so that I can show you the improvements on Simulink models. First, let's look at the improvements to signal routing. Here you can see the auto layout result of a previous MoRe version. This is an extreme example to emphasize the difference to the new version. As you can see, the signal lines have many branches and line bends, making it difficult to understand the data flow. Now let's compare this with the result of the new version 5.3. Now you have a very clear and obvious data flow, making the subsystem easier to understand. In fact, now you can see that the true data flow is quite simple in this example. The second improvement of MoRe 5.3 is related to port block numbers. As you can see in this previous auto layout result, there are 3 independent parts in the subsystem. 1, 2, and 3. However, the vertical order of the parts is not obvious because the port numbers are ignored. So the order here is 1, 3, and 2. Let's compare this with the result of the new version 5.3. Here the order is obvious. 1, 2, and 3. This is a clear and comprehensible block order for the subsystem. This is especially important for large subsystems, where a clear block order makes it easy to quickly find the parts you are interested in. The third feature of MoRe 5.3 improves the visual structure of subsystems. As you can see in this example, there are 2 source blocks, which are blocks with no input signals. In this case, they are constant blocks. These constant blocks are aligned with the switch block because the outgoing signals of the switch and constant blocks go to the same destination block. But this leads to long vertical signal lines and additional line bends, making the subsystem more complicated than necessary. In the new version, we separate the source and sink blocks from other blocks. This usually results in a cleaner data flow with shorter vertical signal lines and fewer line bends. These changes make the overall subsystems easier to understand. We already did this kind of separation in previous versions, but not for source and sink blocks with multiple connections, which we support now. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video, and we hope you try out the new version.